What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan 1 here, and today, I'm sure by the title of the video, you guys already know what's going on. But I'm here to do a movie review on Transformers: The Last Knight. I got this movie the other day. As you can see, it is not the Target exclusive with the bonus disc, which I'm sure contains the deleted scene where Cogman cuts off Nitro's head and takes his body. But this is just a standard version. Costs about it costs about $20 at Walmart. If you really want it that bad. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool, but that's not what I'm here to tell you about. So this is the DVD plus the digital copy, which pretty much is just the same disc. You just have the promo code inside here, which I will not show you because I want that freaking digital copy because I do watch movies on my computer some days, so, you know, so. But yeah, Transformers: The Last Knight. In terms of scale with the whole not the whole TV show, but the whole series, like all the way from 2001 up to 2017, this is not my favorite version. This is not my favorite movie at all. Like, I mean, in hindsight, this is like almost at the bottom of the scale. Like, I just no. Like, I liked it. I did like it. Don't get me wrong. I am still a Transformers fan, and I did like the movie. I'm just not sure that it was up there with the good ones. Like, there were so many filming flaws in this movie. Like, well, correction, maybe they weren't filming flaws. Sorry, I had something in my mouth, but maybe they weren't filming flaws, but, well, no, they were filming flaws. Like, there were, like, you know how my goof series is around? There were so many goofs. Excuse me. Had a Canada Dry. Delicious. But this is, like, okay, so we're going to start off with a scene-by-scene kind of thing. So in the beginning, it starts out with King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. You know, you got Tristan, Lancelot, Sir King Arthur. I can't remember all the other ones, but those were just a few that I remember from the movie. But it starts off with them and Merlin, which is pretty much Stanley Tucci. He managed to get himself into the 5th movie. Don't know why they chose him for Merlin, but you know. So Merlin basically goes and summons the 12 Guardian Knights of the Knights of Iacon, and they are pretty much the guardians of Quintessa, and they practically stole a planet destroyer. Now, basically what the planet destroyer does is it takes and harnesses the energy inside of a planet, and it transfers it to another. But basically, Merlin goes and calls these guys and says, hey, you know, we're having an issue down there. Can you come and help us? You know, that whole deal. And, of course, the Guardian Knights, they oblige, you know, blah, blah, blah. Guardian Knights transform, the dragon is yours to command, blah, 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 the whole thing. But they start out with that, and then you hear Sir Anthony Hopkins speaking, and he basically talks about how pretty much the Transformers have been around since the Dark Ages and everything, and so not my favorite line out of that. Well, not my favorite line, but not my favorite scene. But then it goes to Optimus Prime floating around in space and all that other fun stuff. And then, you know, it cuts to Mark Wahlberg, or not Mark Wahlberg, it cuts to the kids. Cuts to the kids going into a do not enter zone, which is pretty much like if you go in here, you run the risk of dying kind of look, and they come across Steelbane, otherwise known as a Guardian Knight, and you know, pretty much TRF shows up. Mark Wahlberg destroys the TRF sentries and gets the kids out of there, and then he goes in to go check out the Knight, and Steelbane gives Mark Wahlberg a talisman, maybe about that big. And the talisman pretty much can protect you no matter what. and he says, "Seglas negtonme," which is Cybertronian for "till your dying breath, protect the staff," and all that other fun stuff. And so, pretty much everything leads up to this mystery of Quintessa and her whole grand design, and this movie has nothing to do with Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime was carrying a seed, and the seed is basically a bomb that goes off and throws metal on anything organic. And they harvested that metal, and they pretty much built Transformers out of it. In this movie, it does not start where Age of Extinction left off. It practically started a whole new storyline. I just don't understand what Michael Bay was thinking with this. I just don't. I mean, not to say that it wasn't that it was a good movie. Not to say that it wasn't. I'm just not certain that it was good. It does not scale up towards the last few movies. Like, in Transformers, let's see. Let's start with Transformers Dark of the Moon. In Dark of the Moon, Optimus Prime and all the other Autobots went into hiding because after the Chicago War, they were all being hunted by Lockdown and Cemetery Wind. And in this one, Cemetery Wind must have been disbanded. I can see that, but and then they have the whole deal with the TRF. I don't know what that stands for. Like, TRF could stand for Transformers Reuniting with Friends. I don't know. And the fact they don't even tell you what it is. Like, I don't get it. TRF is TRF, and it doesn't stand for. I don't know what it stands for. It didn't say. They didn't say, but this movie is pretty much a new storyline. Now, granted, there were some brand new characters that I did enjoy. I did enjoy them. Like, for the fact, I did enjoy that they had the introduction to Hot Rod. I like the introduction to that. I also like the introduction of Day Trader, which I will refer to him as a Junkion, otherwise known as Wreck-Gar. Animated fans? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But, I'm gonna call him Wreck-Gar for right now. So, Wreck-Gar. And then, I like the introduction of Wreck-Gar. I like the fact that they brought Wheelie back. I was actually happy that he brought Wheelie back. Like, the fact that they got rid of him in the 4th movie and they brought back Brains instead. Of all the characters you could have brought back, that's the one you brought back? I mean, no, Wheelie had to be there. But they didn't. They didn't bring Wheelie back until the 5th movie. Like, they skipped right over him till that, you know? I just feel bad for it, but then again, there were probably budget cuts and all that other fun stuff for this movie, but I'm not gonna sit around and all that other fun stuff. So, real fast, I know my reviewers are probably gonna find this hilarious, but here is Transformers: The Last Knight with Transformers: The Last Knight Leader Class Megatron. And because she's right here, here it is with Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class RC, which her sidecar keeps popping off. Why I don't like that. I don't. I need to tighten that up with a little bit of floor polish. So, right there. But anyways, Transformers: The Last Knight. I mean, all in all, not particularly my favorite movie. Granted, it was good. It was good. They did give us the introduction to Nemesis Prime. Pretty much Optimus Prime. Which I thought was pretty stupid. The one thing that I do actually like, that really wish Michael Bay just would have paid attention. Oh, I really wish Michael Bay would have paid attention to his work some days, because Bumblebee spoke in the first movie. He spoke in the first movie. And in the second movie, he doesn't have his... You know, Sam says, oh, he's just playing it up. Oh, he's just making it look as bad as it is, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then in the third movie, he doesn't even mention that he has a voice. The fourth one, he's still got the, you know, the radio, sort of, and he's got the little... Like, you can tell what it is, but you can't really make out what he's... You can make out what he says, but it's still not his voice. But the fact that Bumblebee saved Optimus Prime by speaking... no. No. Just no. Not in my book. No. Not particularly my cup of tea. So, here's the back, just in case for all those people who do really want to see the back. I mean, you know, here it is. But, I mean, I seriously wish Michael Bay would have paid attention to his work throughout Transformers 3, 4, and 5. Ugh. Michael Bay, I love you, man. I love some of your work, but you seriously need to pay attention to some of the stuff you do. Because, first thing, you made Bumblebee speak. Then you made him sort of not, like, he didn't speak at all. And then he doesn't speak in the third one. And then he sort of speaks in the fourth one. And then he finally speaks in the fifth one. I seriously hope that the director for the Bumblebee movie makes him speak, because I am sick and tired of having a voiceless Bumblebee. This guy, I'm seriously having a horrible time seeing this guy not have a voice. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I am a Transformers fan, as is evidence of the stuff back here. But I'm not a huge fan of screwing up the storyline. Like, there was a time way back in the 80s. Oh yeah, all you 80s fans are going to remember this. That they introduced handfuls and handfuls of new characters from G1. And they had Unicron. And Unicron was a planet eater. Cybertron was just a planet, not the planet eater. Okay, Unicron was the planet eater, which gave him energy, which gave him all that other stuff. And the fact that they made Earth Unicron? Michael Bay, my gosh, what were you thinking? Michael Bay, no, you screwed it up again. You screwed up, like, you screwed up the third movie, which had nothing to do with any sort of Transformers lore at all, and you messed up the fifth one so bad to the point where I thought about not buying it. I was seriously contemplating not buying this movie, saving the $20 and going and doing something else with it. Maybe go see something different, you know? But I bought it because I thought maybe I'll give it a second chance. Maybe my eyes did not see maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me during the movie theater. No, I liked it, but just stick with the other movies, Michael Bay. Just stick with them. Like, go stick with Bad Boys. Go stick with all those other movies. Go stick with 13 Hours. Do a sequel to that. You know? I really feel like this had so much potential to be really, really good, and they threw it down the toilet. Like, there was a good storyline to it. You know? They followed the storyline all the way from the first movie all the way to the fourth movie. And then the fifth movie, they just threw the plot down the hole. Like, there is nowhere in this is there a mention of a seed. And nowhere in this movie is there the alien creature that created the Transformers. Granted, there's Quintessa, but not the Quintessons. The Quintessons were the ones who built the Transformers. With their like 6 different heads, one with each different emotion, you know? And yeah, and then there was, you know, or no, there was like 3 heads with one for each different judgment. That was it. But you made it one Transformer entirely, and it didn't even transform. Like, the fuck? Like, I can't even express to you guys how annoying this is. Like, it's just so annoying that you had a great storyline and you threw it down the toilet. I just don't get it. I don't get why Michael Bay had to take the storyline of such a good franchise, toss it down the toilet, and then go sift through the sewer and pick up what was left. This is what was left from the sewer. I mean, yeah, I liked the movie. I really did like the movie. I just didn't like the plot. The plot was scattered everywhere. You know, first we have... Here's a better fact that I really wish that Michael Bay paid attention to. The time-traveling Transformers. You had Hound all the way to the Battle of Gettysburg. Or no, it wasn't the Battle of Gettysburg. It was the Revolutionary War. You had Bumblebee in World War II. You had Ironhide in the Renaissance era. You had Drift in the Ming Dynasty. You had Megatron, who is in his new form, mind you. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. But you had Megatron in his brand new form from the 1800s in the 1800s oil painting. And you had a statue of Optimus Prime in his brand new form. Ugh. Like, first of all, Ironhide was, you know, he was around during when they all came down to Earth. And then you have, let's see. Then you have Drift, which we don't know the story of. Then you have Hound, which you don't know the story of yet either. Then you have Megatron, who crash landed during the 1800s, like the end of the 1800s, who crash landed in the ice during the 1800s, and there was fire around him. Like, maybe but then again, I'm not sure how long he was there, because granted, he was covered with ice. He could have been there longer, but in his brand new form, I don't think so. And, you know, another thing, too, that kind of irritated me. Hot Rod has supposedly been around forever, but he was a Lamborghini in the photo in the Order of the Wiccans. I didn't think they had Lamborghinis back then. He could have been a Citroen, or he could have been some sort of old car, like from the World War II scene, which, by the way, Bumblebee kicked ass in that scene, which was pretty cool. But I just did not like this movie as much as I thought I was going to like it. This was set up for a great sequel to Age of Extinction, but they threw it down the drain. If you're really catching my drift, they had a good potential for a good storyline, and they threw it away. Like, the storyline was good up until the last night, and now I don't think that the Bumblebee movie can top it. I really don't think it can. I think that the Bumblebee movie is going to be better than the last night. I don't think it's going to be 100% better, but it's going to be at least 50% better than what this is right now. Like, they set it up for such a good sequel. Like, they set it up in the trailer for something really good. And another thing that kind of bugged me in this and in the trailers is the Dinobots. There were only 2 Dinobots in the movie. I mean, granted, there were the mini Dinobots, which were kind of stupid. Like, I don't know why they had the mini Dinobots. But, okay, they ran with it. But we only saw 2 Dinobots. We saw Slug and we saw Grimlock. Where's the rest of them? There were 4. There were 4 Dinobots. No. Let's see. There was Grimlock, Slug, Strafe, and Scorn. Yeah, there were the 4 Dinobots that were in the 4th movie. And we never saw Scorn, yet he got a Voyager-class toy. Why, I'm kind of curious why. But we saw Scorn, we saw Strafe, which I can see because of Mini Strafe, you know. We got a Scorn, we got a Strafe, we got a Slash. Why did we get a Slash? That wasn't even in the movie in either one. We got a Grimlock, which he was in the movie, and we got Slug, who was also in the movie. And then we got, what other Dinobot did we get? I heard there was rumor going around that there might be a repaint of Snarl, but I don't think so. I don't get why they didn't have all the Dinobots there. They had so much potential for this movie. There was so much potential for this. And they just took it and just said, nah, we're just going to throw it away. See you later. Throw it away. See you later. Goodbye. We're just going to come up with something that I just wrote while sitting on the toilet, you know. I am going to keep this and watch it, but not as much as Age of Extinction, or Dark of the Moon, or Revenge of the Fallen, or 2007, mind you. But, you know, so much potential, and they threw it away. I just don't get it. Like, not at all. So, anyways, this is your boy Thomas Fan 1 saying goodbye for now, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to Take Along Productions, and don't forget to subscribe to iStar552. He works really hard. There may or may not be a video that he does in the near future, and there may or may not be a video about him and I doing a review on ourselves, which may or may not come out. So, you know, it's still up in the air. So, you know, there is a lost YouTube video that we have that we are gonna do, and it's gonna come out next week. We're gonna do something called 10 Bots, 10 Shots, and the creator of this, I give all credit to Thew, the reviewer. He's got I love the ginger beard, freaking awesome, man. Just do it again, keep going. Because we are under the legal drinking age, we are not going to be doing 10 shots of actual alcohol. We are going to be doing 10 shots of something else, like maybe grape juice or something of that nature. You know, we might even just do orange juice. You never know. But we might just do that. And so, anyways, be on the lookout for that in the near future. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a comment down below about what you want to see me review next, what you want to see me do next, and what Goofs videos / Transformers you want to see me do in the near future. And this is your homeboy Thomas Fan 1 saying goodbye for now, and peace.